Hi everybody, this is Pam with Jesusjunkjournals, and I am back. I've got my papers that I painted on, and I've got some tissue paper. This is Tim Holtz tissue paper with numbers. I think this is called Typeset Composer. I do like this one a lot. That's where it repeats. I'm going to go ahead and tear that off. I like to add a lot of black to these designs that I'm calling eclectic. And then there's this one, which is entomology. And it does look pretty cool. So I'm going to tear that. I think I can get away with using those on this style. And then I've got Mod Podge that I've made myself, which is just 2 parts glue, 1 part water, white glue. It's the exact same thing as Mod Podge. So if you don't like to spend money on Mod Podge, make your own. And then I'm going to, I've got a few napkins. With this new style, I don't have nearly as many napkins I can use. Okay, there's my old brushes. I use an old chip brush, and then this one, I think it came with a watercolor set that I have. So I'm just going to go ahead and do some decoupage. The colors on this looked right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and use that. Let me make sure. I'm notorious for not getting my decoupage right side up, which this is folded, so it's going to go 2 different directions here. So if you've not ever done decoupage, it's very easy. You can buy napkins, and I'll show you real quick. So you take a napkin, and they're usually 2 or 3 ply. This feels like it's probably 2 ply. And then you take any kind of tape you have laying around. If you've got washi tape, masking tape, scotch tape, paper tape. Let me get a piece of it. Just a little piece of tape. And stick it on there. And then pull it up. And that's the easiest way to get the back paper off of these napkins. I can tell this is a 2 ply. But if you have any doubts, just feel of it for a minute. And you should be able to tell if there's another layer. And you want to be sure you get all the back paper off. And then all you do is you take a small brush and you just get water. So if I want this flower right here, you just go around it with water loosely, and then you tear it, and it will just tear right where that water was and give you a feathered edge, so that when you stick it down to whatever you're using it on, it will be a really lovely edge and not cut sharp. And do I want a flower on these? I might put a flower on it just for fun. Why not? And if you're using napkins, you can get away with putting the Mod Podge on top of it, and it'll soak through. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit under. Let me lay these over here and do one at a time. So I'll put a little bit of Mod Podge here. It looks like it's gotten kind of thick because it's been sitting for months. Might need to add some water to that. And then I'll put it over here on the edge. And then you want to start in the center and go out like the sun, rays of the sun, and gently pull it out and add more. I know I need to add water. I might as well do it. So brush that over the top. This will also seal it. And just be real careful, because if you get too aggressive, you'll tear it, which is fine. It still looks cool, but like that. Okay, so now with this tissue paper, you have to be a little bit more careful to get it underneath it first, because it doesn't soak through the tissue paper from Tim Holtz anyway, as it does regular napkins. It's not as absorbent as a napkin. So I'm going to go ahead and put that where I think the fold is pretty much. and then just smooth that out. Might put a little bit more. It will eventually soak through if it sits there long enough on this tissue paper. And just smooth it out. And put it away till it dries. Let's see. So this is the top. So I'm going to go ahead and put a fairly big chunk of this on here. Just kind of smear it around. Oh, I got quite a bit on there. Okay, and then smooth that out. It's going to come oozing out the sides most likely, since I got so much. Yeah, you can see the bubbles of it underneath. Just keep smoothing it out. And I'm looking to make sure if I have one that needs to have a certain direction up, I want to make sure I get it on there right. I'll go ahead and put a piece of this over on this one. And this is stronger than napkin, so if you get it wrong, you can lift it up and reposition it pretty easily. And then I also have deli paper that I have made marks on with black paint. So here's heaven. I'm going to go ahead and tear off a heaven. And there's a pink heaven. I don't know if that pink heaven will show, but it's the color of our color scheme. So I'll go ahead and tear it off and put it on just to see what happens. Stripes. Okay, so this looks like, and usually pockets go at the bottom, and so I try to, if I'm trying to do some decoupage or something special, I try to keep it up in the top, and sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. That's a little bit heavier, and it's not absorbent because it actually has some kind of wax on one side, but it will glue down. And it's cool because it's kind of translucent, so you can see. Let me see if I can put it over this. I don't know if that'll be readable or not in the end when we're all done, but we'll give it a try and see what happens. I've got this one napkin that I thought might work. I want that on that. No, I'll put it over here. And this is a napkin, so it doesn't have to be as spread out as well underneath it because it will soak through. But just for good measure, I'm going to go ahead and put some on. And make sure I got this the right direction. I'm not sure that goes with this graphic look, but it might. If it doesn't, I can always cover it up or paint over it. Or glue another piece of paper over it. I really like this paper with the numbers, so I'm going to try and use it all somewhere. This one probably goes that way. Not that it matters with these numbers. If I do them sideways, maybe I'll do them right side up. I don't mind lettering and words being upside down, but I know there's a lot of you guys that don't like it. So I'm going to go ahead and humor you and put this right side up. Well, I guess it's right side up. The 55 is right side up. The rest of it's not, so. I really like that locust right there. So I'm going to put him over here. Like that matters. I'm going to go ahead and just stick this on here because I like it. Start in the center, smooth it out, and raise from the center. I get impatient and end up tearing these a lot of times, but take your time. Got this pink. I think it finally dried. I can put this bug. I think I'll tear it and put this. I like to have a torn edge. I don't like to have a straight edge, so that way I'll put this at the top and bottom. Okay, so here is where I'm going to stop for now. Let me gather these up. They're all over the place. This one's still wet from the decoupage. So let's see. So there's that one. This one. And that one. And I don't know if that's all of them. I may have a couple more laying around here too. But anyway, that is that installment of playing with papers that I had left over. And don't worry if you didn't have any papers. If you didn't do the fodder, you can use whatever you have. You can paint, just do whatever. We're just going to keep making these pages more interesting on both sides. And so now the next thing I'm going to do is trim the borders off. So I'll use my little paper trimmer or scissors and cut those down. And then we'll come back next time and go on with this. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.